Kirioff, I've totally stolen your idea, man.
Oh, seriously?
Hey guys, and welcome to this range review by myself, 6+ Stevo. So yeah, disclaimer before we start. I'm totally stealing this idea off Kirioff. If you're unaware of his channel, I'll post a link in the description down below. But yeah, Kirioff's been doing these series of videos lately of range reviews for all the different factions for 40k. And going through the Games Workshop website and just analysing and talking over the various ranges that the various factions have to offer. And they've been really enjoyable videos. And I thought, that's a good idea, I'm going to steal that. So that's what I'm doing. But with a little twist. I won't do exactly what he's done because I pretty much just focus on orcs. So rather than go through Games Workshop and all the various factions, what I will be doing is going through various sites, starting with Games Workshop and looking at the orc range, and then from there I will start going into third-party companies such as Cromlech, such as Geargut, such as RTLW, etc, etc, and just basically do a full range review of all the orc stuff that is out there, first party and third party. But there's no better place to start than with Games Workshop, obviously. So we're going to do that now. But we're not going to do this. We're not going to be looking at Blood Angels. So we're gonna click off this and we're gonna go into the Xenos and check out the orc stuff. And I'll tell you what I'll do as well, just to save your eyes. I will switch to this camera view so you don't have to look at my ugly mug, and then we will take a look at what we've got. So we want to get past the Space Marines, Armies of the Imperium, Armies of Chaos, Xenos. Hang on a minute, what are we looking at? What have we gone on to here? Something's not right. Blood Angels, why? I don't know. I don't even know why I'm on the Blood Angels. Here we go. That's better. Okie dokie. Orcs, 54 entries. So yes, get ready for war. Check out the Orcs range and gather your green tide to drown the galaxy in war. Damn straight. So first off, we have the Orc Codex, we have the Orc data cards. Obviously you need the Codex, although some people would argue you don't necessarily do need it, but it's a nice book. I like the Codex. Then we've got the data cards, £12. I would highly recommend everyone get these, no matter what faction you collect. They make playing the game so much easier. They really do. I absolutely love the data cards. Since I've got them, I have never looked back. I don't flip through the pages trying to find the stratagems anymore or the psychic powers or anything. They're just there in the cards. I have the cards out ready on the table. They are simply a must-buy, in my opinion. Although I probably wouldn't advise you to buy these ones now. I think it's probably worth waiting because we do have a 9th edition Codex in the pipeline, and that will of course come with new data cards and things. So I think these ones will be obsolete fairly soon. So I wouldn't rush out and buy those now. I'd also advise you probably not to rush out and buy this Codex now if you're just getting started on Orcs. You might want to hold off for a bit because I think we could be getting a new Codex soon. But what have we got first up? The Rukkatrukk squigbuggy. Now, I don't yet own one of these, but I do like it. Now, I have been critical of these buggies purely because of the sort of the lack of options, the mono build nature of them. You know, the fact that you can't equip them with different war gear and stuff, you know, both sort of customization within the rules and the kit itself. It's sort of, it goes together in a very set way and you don't have a lot of freedom outside of that. But, I mean, I look at this and the immediate thing I see is a truck. I just want to convert this into a truck. Now, because I don't own this miniature, I don't really know how difficult that would be. But this front end, I just want to replace the front end of the truck with this and then bolt on the back end of the truck, or extend this out backwards, add some more wheels and things and raise its height up a bit. But I look at this and I just see a truck in the making. Obviously you have to remove like all the squiggly bits and stuff. Some of the various squigs on it do look very cool. I love this blade sort of saw out of the side there, like scythes. I like the ram on the front. It's yeah, let's have a look at the 360 view of this. There you go. Quite like the I've never noticed that before. I love this fat orc on the back, and cool, doesn't his head look similar to the head on the Deff Killer Wartrike? Very similar. I love the little snotling on his shoulder. That's cool. And he's packing a double barrel shotgun there. This big fella here, he's pretty brutal looking. He's got the squig launcher. Yeah, it's crawling with squigs. I don't think the rules for this thing, and we've got a grot here, I don't think the rules for this thing are too fantastic. I like this little fella here as well. I think it's possibly one of the weaker ones of the new buggies. Got to stop calling them new buggies, really, haven't I? They're not really new anymore, have they? They've been out for a good year now. But yeah, I like this, and I just look at it and I'm like, I just want to convert that into a truck. So I don't know how easy it would be to remove this stuff and how much of it is moulded in, because these kits are sort of designed in a very specific way and designed to go together in the way that Games Workshop intend. But I'd be interested. Look at this, the little flying, I can't remember what they're called now, the buzzer, I think it's a buzzer squig. That's pretty cool. I'm not sure we've ever had a miniature to represent one of them before. If we have, I can't remember them. Look at this. This is cool. You could use that bit. That would be quite interesting to use for like a shock attack gun. Maybe it's sucking up squigs and firing them through the shock attack gun rather than snotlings. That would be quite interesting little conversion project. This fat thing here. Yeah, it's cool. It's got a lot of character to it. Look at the detail in the cab and everything. I really like it. And I just want to convert one into a truck. £30. It's not a cheap purchase. It's quite a pricey one, but yeah, I do like it. I do like it. Here we go. So we can take a look at the sprue. So you can see it's got the separate wheels. Most of the orc bodies and stuff seem to be separate, so it looks like you can remove them. You've got the squigs sort of built into that bit. Yeah, there's no options as such to speak of if you're building this as standard. I think if I got one of these though, guys, I honestly don't think I would build it as a Rukkatrukk squigbuggy. I think I'd be very tempted to build this as a truck and add some of my own bits and hack it up. But yeah, there we go. Rukkatrukk squigbuggy. That's that. Okay, what have we got next? Scroll down. The classic. This is a funny old order, this. I don't often look through these websites on my computer. I usually, scroll through these on my phone, and it's yeah, it's in a funny old order. Seems to be incredibly random. I don't quite know why the order is like this, but we shall just stick with it. The good old Ork Boys kit, currently retailing for £22.50. What is there left to say on this kit? It's a classic kit. It's the kit that keeps on giving, and it is the kit that I think is very soon to be replaced. And it's exciting to think about what's coming next, but this kit is going to be missed. Not by all. Some people are going to be glad to see the back of it, I think, but I will miss it because it's a fantastic kit. It really is. You get the parts in there to have your boy with a big shooter or a rocket launcher. You got the parts to make a knob, which I never do because I don't like the fact the torso and the head and everything is all kind of knob size, but the legs are just boy's size. What I always do with this kit is just make an 11th boy, so I get 11 boys out of every kit. Or, well, I usually end up making a lot of these into like tank busters and whatnot. But that's the great thing about this kit. You can use these to make commandos, to make tank busters. You can do all sorts with it. There's a good variety of various weapons, choppers and sluggers and shooters. You've got stick bombs, you've got little armour plates you can decorate them with. It's a fantastic set. It really is. Awesome set. Some lovely paint jobs on these. I love the checkers. I've only just started doing checkers myself, and they really do enhance your stuff. They can be a bit fiddly to do, but it's worth doing. And they've really gone all out here on some of them, putting the checker details. Once you start looking, you see, oh yeah, put little bits on them everywhere. Let's scroll along and see what we've got. So here's the knob, like I say. Never build these because they're a bit runty compared to the actual Nobz kit. Got a dodgy old join there, look. But yeah, it's nicely painted. He's cool, but yeah, never build him. Oh, what have I done there? What have I done? I've clicked off something. Oh boy, with the slugger. Lovely stuff. Most people are saying this, this kit is aged, but look, to me, these still look great. I don't really think these have aged badly at all. I really don't. I just think they're awesome. It's all about how you pose these guys. See, these have all been posed very nicely. They've got quite dynamic posing, the way he's turning his head. He looks like he's looking with bad intentions and stuff. But some people pose these kits terribly. Guys, don't position your arms too far forward or too far back with these. Less is more sometimes with these. I see people posing these things horrendously, but there you go. You can see like some of the detail is a bit soft on the nails and that, and it can be doing the fingers and the hands can be a bit of a pig sometimes. It's hard to see where a nail ends and bits, but it's so I think an update to this would be nice as long as GW do it properly. The good old big shooter, gotta love it. And the old rocket launcher as well. And there you go, there's the classic sprue. And it's just great that the way this stuff goes together. You can swap arms and bodies and heads with other kits. And they all interchange nicely. You get your extra armor plate in here, little spare bullets, you get clips, you get little targeters. You get little accessory bits to accessorize them with, It's good stuff. Banner poles for your boss. You got your tank buster bomb, stick bomb. You got some cracking stuff in here. So yeah, enough to make 11 boys or 10 boys and a weedy knob. And no one wants a weedy knob, do they? So let's come back out of the boys. Meganobz, one of my favourite kits. Absolutely adore this kit. I love the Meganobz. I absolutely love them. I love them on the tabletop. I love the look of the miniatures. Yeah, I think these rock. These are cool. Now, it is a bloody pricey kit at £38. It is not cheap. It is not cheap at all. But what you're actually getting here is 3 Meganobz with all the options. So they can all have custom shooters, or they can all have combi shooters, or they can all have dual wielding kill saws. You also get your little ammo, your grot oiler as well. But you can make one of these into a big mech in mega armor, which is bloody awesome. Lovely paint job on that. Evil Sun's Meganobz, which is they've worked very well in the rules. Evil Sun's ones for sure, because they are slow moving on the tabletop. Yeah, just I love the sort of exoskeleton armor look at these things, and just they're very brutish, very crude, very boxy looking. I like it, I really do. They all come with various different banner tops as well, and little extra bits like this detail in here is a little plate that you put on, and they're all different ones, so you can put some bit of variety between them. There's not a huge amount you can do in terms of posability with these. Not at least not just from the standard kit. If you sort of do a bit of chopping and filing and things, and of course if you've got the talents, you can certainly probably get a bit more posability out of these. But yeah, you are a little bit restricted with the arms and the way the legs go together and stuff in that respect. But you get a nice range of heads, nice range of jaw plates, so you get a lot of bits left over from this kit, which is worth mentioning. I've always liked this head. This is a cool head with the grill visor on, and his skull testicles there, look. And here they are done in glorious yellow with kill saws. And here's your little Grot Oiler. Awesome little miniature this, with your little Oiler squig. He's got his apron and everything on. Yeah, a fantastic little miniature this. I use these quite often because I've had a few of the Meganobz kits. I use these sometimes as Grot Crew for my mech guns and big guns. It's a good little use for these once you get more than you need, because you get one in every set, and you can do a head swap so they don't all look the same. And here's the lovely sprue in all its glory, and yeah, it's an awesome sprue. There's a lot of bits here that are highly sought after. This in particular comes with the custom force field, which I think we shall see soon on the miniature. We can see it on the box there. So there is the, one version of the big mech in Mega Armor you can do with the teleport gun, which I just love for the look of it more than anything. He's got his big welding mask on. Does it actually have a... Oh, we're on to ones people have painted themselves. I love these. That is gorgeous paint job on them. I love this. I need to do a bit more of this on my stuff. Get the black flames up on the yellow armor. It's a cool look. Well, they don't actually show a picture of the big mech with KFF, which is nuts. But yeah, you got the parts in there to make that too. So if you... The trouble is, if you get this to build the big mech in Mega Armor, you are then left with 2 Meganobz that you can't legally field because you need 3 minimum. So you kind of need to buy 2 of these sets if you want a squad of Meganobz and you want a big mech in Mega Armor. That would give you a squad of 5 Meganobz and a big mech in Mega Armor. And then you're starting to look at quite a hefty amount of money. You're looking at what, £76 there. It's not cheap. I mean, that's if you buy direct from Games Workshop at their prices, which if you're doing that, you're mental. Don't do that. Buy from third-party retailers that sell it at a discount. The only time you should be buying directly from Games Workshop is if it's an exclusive, that you can't get it elsewhere. So I would definitely take advantage of 20% discount on these boys. It will drop the price quite significantly. But yeah, an expensive kit. And a lot of people quibble a lot about the price of it, and I can totally see why. But I have bought a lot of these kits because I adore them and I love them. And here we are, another kit that divides opinion, the Gorkanaut kit. I don't care what anyone says. It's been described as a wardrobe on legs. It's been described in all kinds of uncomplimentary ways. I don't hear any of it. I don't care. I adore this thing. I love it. It's just glorious. He is a big, brutal, crude-looking, stomping Dakar bot of awesomeness. Yeah, I love the Gorkanaut. I love it. When these first came out, the Gorkanaut and Morkanaut, I think in 7th edition was when they came out. I was in love immediately. Fell in love. It's a glorious kit. It's a big old kit to put together. It's got a lot of parts. It took quite a while to build this kit actually. But yeah, the finished article, I love it. It's and you can do quite a lot with this. I've seen some amazing conversions with this kit, and there's some little tricks you can do, like the way these legs attach. There's like little nubbins that stop them moving forward and backwards too far. But you can just cut that little nubbin off, and then you can get a lot more posability. The feet sort of bend and move. So if you put terrain down, you can have them sort of stepping over terrain and that, and you can just get like a little bit more movement and dynamic, because they're very sort of squat and static in the way they kind of come as standard. But you can, with a little bit of work, get these looking a little bit more like they're in motion and stuff, and you get some nice posability out of the arms. This awesome gun can sort of swivel left and right and up and down and get it into a good position. Yeah, it's lovely. You get some nice options with how you can decorate. All these tusks are all optional. You can leave these off or put them on, or put them in different places. You can do all sorts with them. This faceplate here with the horns, you can put them on. Some people put them here as like tusks rather than horns, and yeah, all sorts of things. Let's get the 360 view of him. I love this gun with the fella on the back. I love that. The Death Storm mega shooter, and yeah, the dude on the back there sitting there, that's just a cool little touch. And then you got the driver up the top there, or the gunner of the rockets, and you can put the shooters and the rockets in various places. You know, you can have them like here on his wrist, you can have them on his shoulders, you can swap the rockets and the shooters around. So but I like this way, it looks sort of like an anti-air gun almost. Yeah, you get some nice options in there. And it's got a transport capacity. It opens up. I don't think I'm going to do this with my one. I don't think I'm going to leave my doors open. Currently are, but I think I'm just starting to paint mine now. I think I'll probably glue them shut personally, just to save the hassle of painting the detail. There is a bit of detail inside, but yeah, they just flop about all over the place otherwise. Yeah, I don't know. It's up to your own tastes, I guess. Yeah, I love this little painting, the little indicate how many kills they've got and stuff. That's cool. Yeah, he's an awesome dude. He really is. Okay, let's keep scrolling and get a sense of the scale of it compared to a Nobz there as well. He's a big old boy. That's the sprue. And here's the other version you can make, the Morkanaut. So rather than the Deathstorm Mega Shooter, you get the custom Mega Cannon, you get a custom Mega Blaster, you get the big KFF on him, and yeah, essentially he's the same thing, but you get different face plates on there you can use, and yeah, it's cool. It gives you a reason to buy two of these boys. Yeah, as you can see, they put the tusk bits down there. Yeah, I mean, it's a pricey kit at £75. It's increased recently, but it all depends how much you like the kit, doesn't it? Really, I know a lot of people have their reservations about the kit and they don't like the aesthetics of it. I just don't see it myself. I fell in love with these things as soon as they came out. One of my favourite miniatures in the whole of the Ork range. Absolutely love them. Massively prefer these over the Stompa. Personally, it's all down to personal taste. But for me, yeah, it's a nicer looking kit in my opinion. I prefer it. As you can see, the Morkanaut doesn't have the gunner on the back, so it'd leave you like a little gunner dude in a little chair that you could use on like a turret gun or an anti-air gun or something, on one of your vehicles. So yeah, you do get a few bits left over on this kit, not a huge amount. You kind of just get the bits left over from whatever one you didn't build. So for me, I built a Gorkanaut and then used this as part of a custom mega cannon for me mech guns. Yeah, there you go, another size comparison next to a Warboss, so you can really get a sense of the scale. It makes a nice centerpiece miniature to a decent sized force. And there's some that people have painted themselves. That's pretty glorious looking. Right, let's get off that. What else have we got next? The Gretchin kit. Blimey, that's gone up in price. Whew. £12.50 they're asking now. I remember not too very long ago these were £7.50. Jeez, they've gone up. Not only have their points shot up, but their price has shot up as well. Yeah, look, it's a good kit. It's a nice cheap kit. Not as cheap as it bloody was though. Ooh. I don't know. In fact, it's broken the £10 barrier. I'm like, ugh. That's pricey, man. But what you're getting in here, you get 11 miniatures. You get the runt herd, which is a glorious miniature. You get some nice options for this runt herd. You get 2 different heads, and then you get 2 different arm options with different weapons. So he's got the grabber stick here, but you also have the option of the grok prod, and then he has either a squig hound or a lash whip. So you get some nice options for him. He's a glorious, like, sort of tubby or grizzled old timer. Which works well for the runt herds because they're the sort of fellas that tell the stories and things around the campfires and things. And yeah, it's cool. Big slave master. Yeah, awesome miniature. Shame the rules for him and the cost for him are shit. Well, the rules aren't shit, but the cost in points for him is crap. So I very rarely bring a runt herd. The grots in this kit are very characterful. Awesome looking. I love this guy. The goggles. the guy with the wonky hat here. Yeah, they're great. They're cool. I love them. Most of them are fairly mono build, like this one, this fella are all kind of just one piece. You just clip them off the sprue, stick them to the base, that's job done. And then other ones like this fella have got, you can swap the heads, and then some of them have arms. So this fella here, you come with the body and the legs as one piece, and then you can choose from heads and choose from different arms. So you get a little bit of options for some of them, but the vast majority of them are fairly mono build. And you do get a few varieties of heads, but once you've bought 2 or 3 of these, you're getting a lot of repeats. That's the only trouble with this, and obviously you can get around that a bit by, you know, either converting them a bit yourself or painting them in different ways just to differentiate them from each other. But yeah, it's, as much as I like this kit and as much as it's a nice bargain kit, or at least it used to be, it's it could do with an update just to give a little bit more versatility and options and being able to add more variety in on them. But yeah, they're a pleasure to paint, although some of the detail is a bit soft on some of them. On some areas it's hard to see where kind of teeth and mouths and arms end, especially on like ones like this where this fella's mouth is literally moulded into the arm. You know, it's all one piece, and it can be a bit of a fucker trying to paint them bits. But you know, grots are cool. Grots are awesome. You need grots in your orc army. They're handy little objective grappers, little distraction units, you know, grot shields. They've got all kinds of uses, and they fill out your numbers nicely, and they add a lot of character to your army. Here's the runt herd in all his glory. It's just a shame they've got the kind of the points for this guy so wrong. He needs to have such a massive decrease in points to make him a viable unit, but he is cool. I mean, he looks stunning. Just for me, it's the biggest shame of why his rules are so crap. Is because I'd love to get him on the table because he's a great looking miniature. But yeah, these are a fun little project to paint because they don't take long to paint. They're mostly bare flesh, so it's a good way to, you know, get practicing on your skin tones and stuff. But they've got some nice little detailing and stuff on them. And there you go. As you can see what I mean with those sprue. A lot of them are fairly mono build. You get a lot of options for heads. But like this fellow is complete mono build. This one are all just single sculpts, which there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. But like I say, after multiple purchases, you're getting a lot of repeats. That's the only sort of downside with this. And I can't believe the price of that. How much has that shot up by? Met gun. £30. That's what puts people off this. They look at that, and they look at that, and they're like, nah, I'll make my own, or I'll buy third-party ones. Listen, guys, you get more than just this. I'm going to say right here, right now, that this kit gets a lot of bad press. I see a lot of people saying about, you know, how much it's too expensive and how they just wouldn't get it, how it's better to make your own and everything. I agree with that to a certain extent, but I also disagree with it, because you get what you see in the picture here, and then you get a fuckload of leftover bits which are amazing for using in your scratch building and converting and kit bashing. They really are. You get the 4 different gun options, you get 2 different doors here, you get various little bits for the grot crew and that, so you get some options for heads and things, so you get some of them bits left over. And it's first of all, it's an awesome looking kit. The Met gun kit itself, the miniature looks incredible. It really does. It's very, very cool. And the grot crew are beautiful, very characterful, more posability and more options with the these than you get in the actual Gretchin kit we just looked at. And you get, you know, various heads that you can mix these heads in with your other grots, and you know, you can mix them in and get a bit of fun going there and a bit of variety. But yeah, it's I would say, you know, go down the third party route, kit bash your own Met guns, by all means do that. You will have so much fun doing it. But I would recommend anyone to buy at least one of these. Just get one of these. so that you can build the standard one and then you get all the bits left over for using other projects, and then you get some grot crew. I myself bought 2 of these to make 4 of them. I got 2 of these and I got a truck kit. I built one as standard, and the other one I just ripped all the parts out and mishmashed it with bits from the truck kit to make all different looking mech guns. But yeah, it's a lovely kit. It really is. It's very, very cool the way it goes together, and you know, so you've got your different options here, like your tractor cannon. Yeah, look at these. They're glorious. You've got so much detail on them and character. They really are very, very cool. And a lot of people don't bother with grot crew, with mech guns and big guns. Stop doing that, people. You're missing out on one of the best sort of visual aspects of it. Get the grot crew on there. It adds life. It adds character to the miniature. And so this can make 4 different variants. That's a cool looking one. Yeah, you got your tractor cannon, smasher gun, custom mega cannon, and bubble chucker. But yes, buy one, people. You don't have to buy, you know, if you want 4 mech guns, 5 mech guns, whatever, don't buy 4 of these and just build them all the same. That'll look quite boring. But buy at least one of these or a couple of these and make one as standard, mishmash around with the others, but then use these grot crew. Because the grot crew rock, they really do, and the gun itself is cool. So look, I would say give this kit a second chance if you're one of the people that's sort of been put off it by other people telling you it's not a good kit for the money. I think they're wrong. I think it is a good kit for the money, because you've got to weigh into the account of it not just the miniature you're getting, but I think it's always worth noting the bits you get left over. Some kits, you build the kit and then there's nothing left at the end. You know, you've used everything to build the kit. Other kits you build and then you've got this like just glorious bits box worth of stuff ready to spark your imagination. And this is definitely one of those kits. So it's better value than people lead you to believe, I would say. It's, in my opinion, a fantastic little kit, and I love it. What have we got now? Burna bomber. Another kit that you can make this. So this is obviously the Burna bomber, but this kit also makes a Dakka jet or a Blitzer bomber or a Wazbomb blaster jet. So yeah, we'll take a. This is a lovely kit. Again, this one of my favourite ever kits to build. £45 again. I'm going to keep saying this, but yes, pricey. But this is Games Workshop after all. We should be used to that by now. Yeah, you've got options. The way these wings can go on, they can be tilted at an angle or they can go on straight. The various fins on the back here, you can build this in all different ways. You get different options there. You've got different turrets. You've got different heads for the pilot. You've got various accessories and bits you can add on. It's a really cool kit that gives you a lot of creative freedom, even when building one of the specific sort of types. Although, you know, say you want to build a Burna bomber, your Burna bomber doesn't need to look like this. It needs to have these weapons on. Obviously, it has to have your Scorcher missiles and, you know, the weapons that it says it's kitted with. But there is nothing telling you how the wings should go on or how the fins should look. You've got so many different options to build this in the way that you think looks cool, and I love that, and that should be commended. This here is one of the greatest kits in the Ork range that GW do, in my opinion. It's absolutely stunning, really fun to build, quite easy to build, and loads of bits left over afterwards, like tons of bits. Let's get a 360 look at this thing. There you go. Lovely paint job on that. Yeah, it's glorious. The Ork flyers are the best looking flyers in the whole of 40k, because they actually look like flyers. That actually looks like that could fly, which is nuts when you think about it. Unlike a lot of Space Marine flyers with their stubby little wings. scroll on. See that. So here's the Dakar. No, that's the Blitzer bomber. So as you can see, the wings are different. They're tilted upwards on here, and the fin's different. You've got them sticking out here rather than down here. You've got your single big shooter turret there, and so as you can see, a completely different look from the same kit. Different bonnet there, for want of a better term, but again, the Blitzer bomber doesn't need to look like this. You could have the Blitzer bomber looking more like that if you wanted, which actually my Blitzer bomber looks a bit more like this, but obviously rather than these, it's got the big bombs. So and here's the Dakar jet. So the fighter jet again. See, the fin's different. The wings are flat again now. And then you've got this nutty creation, the Wazbomb blaster jet with its just mentalness on there. I mean, look at that engine compartment. You've got a big open top thing with the mech guy crewed in, the custom force field generator, automated turret on the back there, on the back fin. Yeah, this is really cool kit. Like, you can look at how different the four of these look from one kit, and the fact that you could say, right, well, I like the wings like this, but I like the tail fin. I don't like that tail fin, so I'm going to do the wings like that, but then I'm going to stick that tail fin on it. And I don't like this bonnet bit. I want something a bit better than that, so I'm going to stick this one with the big vent thing sticking out of it. You know, you're free to do all that. And that's just awesome. Seriously, guys, if you haven't got one of these kits yet, get one, and you will have so much fun. And look at some of these bits, man. Like hood engine cover things like this are great for like sticking on your other vehicles. You've got various rockets and things left over depending on what you build. You've got various exhausts. I used a lot of these rockets myself for my tank busters. There's just, like I say, once you've built this kit, you've got a lot of leftover shit. I mean, look at this. You can use this to build another bloody smasher gun. If you don't build that variant and you've got this left over, there you go. That stick that on a base. There's a couple of wheels on it and that, and before you know it, you've got a mech gun. Custom force field there. You could stick that on a big mech. There's so much you can do with this kit. I'm talking about it now, and I've already got one. I want to get another one because it's just so damn good. Yeah, 6+ seal of approval on that, guys. One of the best kits I've ever had the pleasure to muck about with. We've seen the Morkanaut already. We've got the Battlewagon, £45. Again, another pricey one, but glorious kit. You can build it in all its different options in a multitude of ways. You can put the turrets and things in various different angles. You've got the crew on there. You get some cool crew and heads and stuff. Yeah, this is a great kit. It looks awesome, man. It's just it's such a good looking kit. Like, you see how different this one looks. So you can have it as more of a transport, or you can go full gun wagon with it. Again, quite a lot of conversion possibilities with this. I've used lots of parts from this kit on other things. This turret here, for example, you could easily use that on a grot tank, because you've even got like the grot gunner on one bit. Somewhere I saw him. There he is there, look, grot gunner sticking out. See on this one, they've put that turret up there, or you can have it down here. There's little options like that where you can personalise this and make this your own. And it's a real fun kit. Yeah, awesome kit. There you go, look, Deff roller. So, this is the thing that sucks with this kit though. It doesn't come with all the options in it. It comes with the cannon, comes with the big shooters and the claw and all that stuff. It comes with the ram. What it doesn't come with is your Deff roller option, or your big kill cannon, or the mortar. So these are all options it has, and it doesn't actually have them in the kit. They sell this as an upgrade pack for £9. which is cool. You get your little grot crew member here, your grot rigger, which again, you could use him to go in your, to crew one of your big guns or mech guns if you're converting your own. But yeah, really, it really sucks they don't just put this in with the kit. Because the Dakka jet that we were looking at earlier, this, the Wazbomb blaster jet option that you get in this kit, never used to be in the kit. They did an upgrade sprue, bundled it in the box with this, so now you can make 4 variants rather than 4. Why didn't they do that with this? Why didn't they bump that in the box with that and make that £45 price mark a little bit more palatable? Because I think a lot of people building a Battlewagon are going to want a Deff roller on there. They just are. But yeah, great kit. Just a shame that the upgrade sprue is separate and an online exclusive as well. It should be bundled in with it. It just should. Come on, GW. Bundle it in with it. Going a bit old school now. We've got a miniature that has been on here for what seems like ever. And as you can see, these are all... That little red arrow here indicates that these are exclusives on the online store. We got Mad Doc Grotznik. He is ancient. I think he's been around since 3rd edition, this miniature. I mean, he's still got it. He has still got it. I like the body where it's all stitched up and you got the bionics in there. He's got quite a cool looking head. The power claw, it looks a bit odd to me. I think I would be tempted to replace that power claw myself and probably use one of the power claws out of the Nobz kit or the Meganobz kit, because the way this is straight up here like this, it to me, I don't know, it just looks a bit wrong. He's got like his bionic arms, they've been ripped off, and he's got his slugger with the syringe built into it. It's a nice miniature. It's a bit long in the tooth now. I would be very interested to see what GW did with a new Mad Doc Grotznik. But I would say it's still worth getting one of these, because you could use this as a Painboy. Or I'd even be tempted to use this as a basis to convert a Painboy. You don't necessarily need to use it as Mad Doc Grotznik, but it's a classic. It is a cool mini. But I think look at the back. That's nice detailing. That stitching is lovely detailing. The trouble is though, if you buy this now, guys, this originally was in metal. This is now one that's in fine cast. So yeah, whether you want to go down that route. Although, he's quite a chunky miniature, so I think like bending and warping and things won't be so much of an issue on this guy. Orks, some of the Ork stuff you can tolerate the fine cast a bit better than you can with sort of other miniatures. But yeah, that stitching, I do love that. Rand's body, proper like Frankenstein's monster look. That is pretty damn tasty, I've got to say. I do like that. So, and he's only £12, which isn't too bad. We got Ork Boss Snickrot. Glorious. Absolutely glorious. Trying to remember when this guy came out and how long he's been around for now. I feel like... I don't know. I feel like it was like 4th, 5th edition. But yeah, glorious. I love the eyes, the lenses and that, and the pose. Again, he's showing real evil intentions. He is... if there's one orc you'd be scared of like facing, I think he would be one of them. He is he's really cool. And I don't know why it's clicked into that thing again. An Ork mech, £15. Mechs are a bit pointless, aren't they? Let's be honest. Does anyone really use mechs? Occasionally I'd stick one in just to make up the points. Tend to just you use big mechs for all your fixing needs and stuff. I mean, but having said that, I really like the miniature. I love the backpack with all the stuff he's got. He's got his little flamethrower cutter thing there. He's got his wrench. His custom mega slugger with all the cabling coming out is really nice. Really nice looking custom mega slugger there. He's got his little mech pole. The head's great. Yeah, it's a cool miniature. Although you get a mech in the Burners and Looters kits, so it makes this a hard sell. I mean, he's just boy sized. This is a boy sized miniature for £15, and he's very likely to be. Is he fine cast? He's plastic. Okay. You do get some options as well. Didn't realise that. Never really looked at him in detail before. You got an option of a kill saw or his wrench. That's nice. Okay. But that's it. It's that one that's throwing. It's £15. It's pretty pricey. He's not cheap, is he? But he is cool looking. I'll give him that. I don't know. I can't really recommend that as a purchase though. As cool as he looks, to me, £15 for meh. Yeah. Orknob with War Banner. I don't really like this miniature. I'm sorry, I just don't like it. I'm not sure what it is. I preferred the old Nob with War Banner that you used to get in the Nobz kit years ago, in the old metal Nobz kit. I preferred that one, and I actually have one of those and prefer it. And obviously this is a fine cast miniature. I like the War Banner itself. That's cool. I don't like this. His power claw holding it. I don't know. I don't know why. It just looks a bit weird to me. His head looks. It doesn't look bad, but it almost looks like a third party orc to me. It almost doesn't quite gel with the rest of the range, in my opinion. It's really difficult to put my finger on what it is I don't like about this miniature, whether it's the pose or what. I like the way he's strolling over some terrain and that. He's got the sort of he's striding forward. He's got his custom shooter there, one of the few orcs that's still allowed to use a custom shooter. Let's have a look at the his custom shooter doesn't really look that impressive, does it? To me, that just looks like a shooter. I mean, it is a bit different. It's got something special about it, the way that it's loaded on the side there. And yeah, custom shooters are usually double-barreled, aren't they? I don't know. It's not. I like the detailing on the underside of the foot there. Yeah, he's all right. He's just, he's not for me. I don't know why he needs all the cabling and wiring on the War Banner. I don't know. I mean, it's got fucking batteries in it and everything. I don't know what it does, if anything. But yeah, I mean, it's lovely, nice little paint job on that. But yeah, it's just not a miniature for me. I've never been sold on that miniature myself. Captain Badruck, freebooter captain. He is. He looks like a fun miniature to paint, doesn't he? He's got his chest full of teeth, all his medals. I love this like treasure map thing that someone's put. That's awesome. You'd have to paint that on yourself, guys. Someone's like gone through. So I've never really looked at that before and seen that detail and noticed that he's literally got a treasure map on there. That is cool as hell. The big boss pole is awesome with all the trophies. He is decked out big time. What's there to say? He's cool. He's got his pirate hat. He's got a cool looking sword with all the each link has a tooth on it. His special custom what are they called? Oh, I can't remember what his gun's called, but he's got a hench gun anyway that he took off an ogre and customised. There you go. That's it. You only get the just get the one picture of him. That's it. Again, fine cast. Used to be metal. Fine cast now. Boo. Orc boss Zagstruck. See, why are all these web store exclusives. Why are they all web store exclusives? All the Ork characters. I like this character. I think he looks cool. He's a badass looking character. He looks mean. He looks evil. He looks foul-tempered, which captures the sort of the character of this character really well. His sword looks great. The pose as he's coming down of his vulture's claws, really, really cool. Very dynamic pose, awesome. And that's it. You just get the one picture and then other people's stuff. But yeah, I like him. I think he's cool. And if you're running a goth mob and some flyboys, then you've got to have him in there. He's kind of an auto-include. The Weirdboy. Why is the Weirdboy a web store exclusive? Why have they got so many web store exclusives on all their characters? So, yeah, the Weirdboy. I really like the miniature, except for one glaring thing that I just can't unsee. This looks shit. What the hell were they thinking? It just doesn't obey the laws of physics in any way. It just looks stupid. So you've got his grot mate here hanging off, which the grot looks cool. He's just as psychotic as his big boss. The detail on here, I love the detail on the toes, because they're usually wearing boots. You don't usually see their like toes. The way his hand is out, the muscularity, all of it. I like even the way they've got like a little bit of a scenic base with the tyre and stuff. Really cool stuff. I hate this chain. So look, the grot is tugging on the chain here, which pulls down there, and then it hangs here, and then shoots off in a dead straight line like it's being pulled taut. But it's not being pulled taut because it's still slack here. It just doesn't work. It looks stupid. And immediately, as soon as I notice that, it just makes the whole thing look fake and shit. Now, that might be me being incredibly picky there, but I don't care. I can be as picky as I like. I don't like it. That ruins it for me. I don't know how easy it would be to change that or make that not look shit. But yeah, I bought an alternative Weirdboy for my army, but I do like this Weirdboy. I would have one. I just need to fix this bit. I just need to change that somehow because it just looks wrong. But yeah, otherwise the miniature looks great. It's not a bad price either, £15 for like, he's a big old boy. Ork Warboss with chopper, glorious miniature. I've got one of these. They used to have two of these. You used to have this one, and then you had the one with the Scorcher and the attack squig, and who had a helmet, but very, very similar. But yeah, I love this. He's a classic, and he's still got it. He's still going. I don't foresee this guy being around much longer, personally. I feel like GW are going to sort of take another look at the Warboss soon, and so I don't think we're going to see this guy around for much longer, which is kind of a shame because he's glorious. He looks cool. And would you believe as well, I'm going to check this, yeah, he's still metal. They haven't made him fine cast. So look guys, if you like metal miniatures, look, you can still get a metal mini and get this guy. He's got a custom shooter, big chopper, got a real cool pose. Yeah, he's awesome. I've got one of these and they feel nice and chunky and metal and none of that fine cast crap. Yeah, he's cool. And so yeah, I'd probably recommend snapping one of these up because they're not going to be around much longer in my opinion. Let me just check the Weirdboy actually. Let's see, is he fine cast? This pack is one with finely detailed resin casket. Yeah, he's fine cast. So it's weird why they didn't make this guy fine cast. I mean, I'm not complaining because that boss pole would be fucked if it was fine cast. But yeah, he's still metal. The Ork Painboy for £17.50. No, do not buy this. If you buy this, you are mental. Buy a start collecting set and get this in there for free. Yeah, never been a big fan of his face. Something about his jaw, it's angled, I don't know, he's got some character, don't get me wrong. I like his leering grin, I like his mate on the back with the syringe and that, and he's got his peg leg and stuff, and he's admiring his tools. He's got some character to him, but he's very mono build, very mono pose. He just goes together one way. It's going to be very difficult to get anything sort of different looking out of this guy. I actually preferred the old Painboy myself. I do like this one, but if you want more than one Painboy, you're going to be a bit stuck. Yeah, as you can see, it sort of, you know, it goes together in a very set way, and quite difficult to get different, you know, to do anything different with it. £17.50. Geez, they surely can't be selling any of them at that price. Just get the Start Collecting set, and you essentially get him for free. Ebooks. Burna Boyz. So we got the Burna Boyz, which also makes the Lootas kit. This is a great kit. You get 4 Burners and a mech, or 4 Lootas and a mech, or what they call now spanners. Spanners they're called now. Get off that. But yeah, he's a cool miniature with the custom Mega Blaster. I do like that miniature. And the Burners look great. I love the Gas Master. I love the guy with the cigar. This guy with the goggles. The sort of Robocop looking one. The Burners look great with their backpacks and stuff. Very interchangeable with the boys kit. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's a lovely miniature, that one. There's the Burner with his cigar. Yeah, they're cool. They are cool. And because it's a kit where you can make 2 different things out of it, look at this old school sprue. Look at all that space. You don't see that on sprues nowadays, do you? It's a bit of a weird kit though. You get this rocket arm here, right? You've got this and the big shooter. You get the arm with the big shooter. There's no hand to hold the rest of the big shooter on him, and no arm that connects to that rocket launcher. Really bizarre. You just don't get them in there. You get the other arm here to connect to the custom, because these are the options for your spanner. He can have the custom Mega Blaster, the big shooter, or the rocket launcher. But if you use the big shooter rocket launcher, this arm doesn't attach to these. It's very odd. Really odd that they left that out. It's like a massive oversight. It's so strange. It's like an incomplete kit in that regard. Now if you've got the other bits of arms and you can do a little bit, I've sort of converted this a bit and got an arm to link up with it, because it's quite a nice rocket launcher. Same with the big shooter. But yeah, odd that you can't really complete those arms if you put them on. Very strange indeed. It's like there's just bits missing. And the first time I had this kit, I was like, oh, there seems to be a bit missing. I love the bits for the big shooter though. You get this backpack with the grot sticking out of the backpack, holding all the bullets up, which is awesome. I use that on one of my big shooter boys. But yeah, as you can see, the legs and the torsos and stuff is all completely interchangeable with the boys kit. So if you buy one of these and you've got the boys kit, you can make both options. You can make your burners and make your looters out of the one kit. And you get some nice heads and stuff and targeters and little extras for variety. So yeah, it's a very cool kit. A kit that I keep buying and then never actually building the burners or looters out of it. I still don't have burners or looters because I keep buying this and then using the bits for other stuff. I'm terrible like that. But yeah, not a bad price kit. £20. It's reasonable in terms of GW pricing for what you get in there. Another kit where you get some nice leftover bits, you know. What are we on now? Page 3. The Ork Nobz kit. £20. Bit of a bargain in my opinion. Although I still wouldn't pay their prices. I would get it from a third-party retailer. But this is a cool kit. These Nobz look glorious. This guy here, look at him. He looks badass. You get 5 Nobz and an ammo runt who's kind of useless really. I never use ammo runts. I just don't think they're worth it. But again, I use this little fella. I change that box of bullets into a toolbox and change this grenade into like some sort of tool. And then I use him again as grot crew for mech guns and things to get some use out of him. You get glorious boss poles in these. I like this one with the squig. A great thing, you can use it as an attack squig for your Warbosses, which is what I've done. You get options in here, so these can be armed with sluggers, choppers, big choppers, power claws, custom combi shooters, scorcher and rocket varieties. And yeah, they're cool. These top knots are optional as well. That doesn't come on his head, so you can add them onto the different heads if you want them or not. Yeah, it's a great kit. Now, it's a kit that's been included in loads of box sets. So most players out there have multiples of this kit now. So people are kind of sick of seeing the kit because it's included in literally every box game that includes Orks, or the starter set that includes Orks. It's always got the Nobz set. But that's not to diminish how good the kit is, because it is really good. And it's worth having a few of these, because these are the Nobz you should be using to lead your boys, not the Nobz that are included in the boys kit, because you've got so much more posability and options with this kit. And they're really good. Look at all these shoulder pads you get, all this extra armor plating, jaw plates and stuff. All these shoulder pads you can stick on your boys. You got a power stabber option in there, kill saw. You got your combi rockets, your combi scorcher. You don't get enough to like have all your Nobz with combi weapons, but you do get a lot in there. You get a lot of power claws. I think you get 1, 2, 3 power claws at least. Yeah, 3 power claws in there. You get, I think, 2 big choppers in there somewhere. I'm not seeing them here. That's the normal choppers. There's your sluggers. Here we are. Yeah, 4 big choppers you get. And they look amazing, the big choppers. You get loads of boss poles, including clan-specific ones, accessories. It's a great kit, guys. Another one I can highly recommend. But again, better to get this as part of a start collecting set than buy it on its own, because you're just getting better value there. Stormboyz kit. Another kit that I have purchased but not built Stormboyz with. I bought the kit just to use the weapons and the heads and the arms, because you get some really cool chopper arms and slugger arms and heads, which I just sprinkled in amongst my tank busters and shooter boys. But yeah, these are great. I love this. Look at that. That's just awesome. A little grot in there. He's got his controls like he's flying him around. It's so cool. They're quite nicely dynamic posed. I've always loved this head with the stick bomb in his mouth and the psychotic looking eye. And yeah, these really look like hardened veterans. They've got a good look to them. Yeah, let's look at this guy in a bit of detail. Look. Really cool. And I love this underslung slugger and chopper. Very cool indeed. Very, very cool indeed. Oh, we need to look at the see if it's got a picture of the sprue. That detail there, it's lovely. That's a cool looking head. There you go. There's your sprue. So you've got your bodies sort of in their dynamic, leaping off their sort of scenic bases. Again, the arms, the heads, all completely interchangeable with the standard boys kit. And this is why the range is so good, because you've got this interchangeability between all the different stuff. You get great extras like little backpacks and bits like to clip on them, like sluggers and choppers and stick bombs and stuff. These are great. I've used a lot of these on like tank busters and things to kit them out. And they've got like really cool like hands holding like a couple of stick bombs rather than just the one, and it's a cool kit. It is a cool kit. I wouldn't advise people to do what I do and buy the kit and then use it to not build these, because you're probably not getting your money's worth there. It depends, you know, but I just can't help myself with things like that. Right. Lootas we've already seen. Big mech with shock attack gun. Now, this guy changed slightly. I don't know if people remember the original version of this. I mean the original version of this. I mean the exact same miniature didn't used to have this electricity stuff sparking off. It used to be a metal one that just had the balls. But then when they did it in plastic now, it came with these bits added on, but I do remember when it didn't used to have them bits, but otherwise exactly the same. Don't know if anyone else remembers that. But yeah, what is there to say? It's glorious. It's great on the tabletop. It looks really cool. I love the sort of big Hoover pipe and the grot being sucked in, and you see it to and get some chance to paint some good effects on there, same as you could do on the spinning balls on this thing. Yeah, and you can get to have some fun painting all your different colours on the cabling. It can be a real standout miniature in your army, and there's just a lot going on in it. There's a lot of things that grab the eye. It's very cool. A famous gun, a fan favourite, and for good reason. £22.50. Tolerable. iBooks. Saga of the Beast. Awesome. This book did so much for our faction. So much for our faction. It really did. All the extra stuff that you get in here, the custom jobs, the new stratagems, being able to have different like subcultures, clan traits and things, and buffs to your warboss. It's just, this really buffed our faction big time. So yeah, and I like the book as well. It's got some cool little stories in there. It's a nice book. It's cool. Ork Commandos. Unfortunately, a fine cast kit, and all very mono build. They used to be metal. They are now fine cast, which is a real shame. But it gets a bit of a rap for not being a good kit, but you know, there's nothing miniature-wise I don't like about these sculpts. I like them. I like all four of these Ork Commandos. They all look cool, in my opinion. I like this guy holding the knife that way, like in a stabbing down motion. I like the gas mask, the fellas. This one looks really cool. They've got nice posing. They look cool. They're loaded up with loads of kit. They're cool. And this is one of the best Nobz that GW produce, I think. Something about his pose, the arm resting on the knee, surveying the battlefield. He's got his grot mate up here with a stick of dynamite getting excited. He's got the cigar in the mouth. He just looks totally badass, and definitely one of the greatest Nobz that GW make. Look at him. He's glorious. Absolutely glorious. £25.50. It's a tall order though, man, because you can make these yourself. You know, you can, with the boys kits and your leftover bits in your bits box, you load them up with bits of accessories on their backpacks and stuff, give them the correct weapons, paint some camo on them, and boom, there you go. You've got a commando squad. That's all there is to it. You don't need this kit. You can make them out of plastic, which is going to be a lot better than working with failcast. If you can find the old metal ones of these, then good luck getting them at a good price, because they are shooting up in value on eBay. People want the metal ones because they're just better. But yeah, I mean, again, this is a kit I predict that won't be around much longer. Because I think we're probably going to get something better down the pipeline soon. But it's going to be a shame to see this guy go, because he is cool as fuck. What else have we got? The same sort of thing now. Resin, failcast, tank busters. I don't like them. I don't like them. Their faces look weird, especially this guy. Why is it so long and gaunt looking, and he looks kind of almost depressed and like he's had a lobotomy or something? I just don't like it. They've got very, very pointy ears. These almost look like a kind of a modern take on old second ed orcs. They just don't quite tie in with the rest of the range. It's like they were designed by someone else. I mean, I don't mind. The guy with the pistols looks quite cool. I like the way they've got some, like, you know, trophies from vehicles on their backs and stuff. That's pretty cool. They've got some interesting sort of designs on the rocket launchers. The tank buster Nob with his sort of tank commander overcoat that he's robbed off an Imperial Guard. He's got the rocket in the mouth. He's kind of cool. I think his rocket launcher looks a bit weird. Yes, I don't know. The thing I do like about this is the 2 bomb squigs. And you know what, guys? I actually bought this kit and then sold these 5 dudes on eBay because I just wanted these 2 bomb squigs because I do really like them. And yeah, they are fail cast, but you know what? They're a squig. There's not much that can go wrong with them, really. And they're really nicely detailed. They're a lovely pair of miniatures. They really are. Also with this as well, you're restricted. These just come as they are. So you're stuck. You've got 1 tank buster with rocket pistols and 1 tank buster with a tank hammer. And you're probably not going to want that. You'd probably just prefer all of them just to have the standard rocket launchers if you're anything like me. It depends. It depends. Yeah, this guy's face always bothered me. Cool pose. Rest of the miniatures are alright, but that face just looks... don't know. It's quite long and weird looking. They do... there is something about... look at those ears, man. They are really like old school looking orcs. Don't know what I feel about this guy. I think he's kind of cool. But yeah, there you go, tank busters. But I can't recommend this kit. Yeah, the bomb squigs are cool, but guys, make your own tank busters. Get the boyz kit. Get some bits from all the other kits. Make your own tank busters. You'll have so much fun. Deff Killer Wartrike. I like this kit. I like this kit a lot. Bit of a bitch to paint. You have to do it in sub-assemblies. You just have to. Trust me, guys. If you get this kit and you're building it and painting it, sub-assemblies. You just simply will not get in your brush into the various parts of this with this crew and stuff. But all that aside, it's a really cool looking kit and does have some convertibility going on. It really does. I love the pose of the driver with the shotgun out the side, very Mad Maxy. The Warboss is cool, if a little weedy. He's a bit smaller than your average Warboss. The head in particular is quite small. The grot, the fuel grot here at the back is cool. You can see him like glugging in the actual fuel into the jet engine. It's got a very Batmobile look at the back. Even got these little like support little wheels at the back. Scythes on the wheels. It's a cool looking vehicle, man, and it's a cool kit. I really like it. He's got his leather jacket on with his like Hell's Angel looking thing. He's quite fun to paint, and it's quite a satisfying model to get together. And it's got some cool rules as well. £30. Would I recommend it? Do you know what? I would recommend this kit to people actually. One, because it's just a cool kit as it is, and two, because actually there is quite a bit you could do with this. And change things around a bit and use it to make other things, which I kind of intend to do in the future. It's, as you can see, most of the parts are quite small, and you could quite easily with this kit use parts of this to make like a Warboss on bike. There is parts in here that I think would be great basis for a Deffcopter. And probably loads more other things besides. I mean, I'm sure there's loads of stuff you could do with this kit. I would recommend this kit. What else have we got? We've already done the mech gun, the Megatruck Scrapjet. It's cool. Not one of my favourite of the Ork vehicles personally. I do like it. I like the way that it obviously used to be a jet, or they've turned it into like a land vehicle now. I like these tank tracks, but I look at these. You know what I think when I look at these? Oh, they'd make cool grot tank tracks. You've got the rockets actually taking off here, flying down. The big drill thing on the front. The driver / pilot with his old bomber jacket on and scarf flapping, and is a cool little touch. Let's take a look at the 360 view of this thing. I mean, it's got a unique look, isn't it? It's kind of mental. It is kind of mental looking. Oh, look at that. I've never noticed someone's paint job on that. That is just, jeez, man. Sometimes you see stuff like, you're like, oh yeah, I'm just crapping. Look at, he's got the rear gunner. I don't think I ever noticed that, or if I did before, I completely forgot. He's got the little grot gunner sticking out the back. How badass is that? I was thinking, when I was looking at the side views, I was thinking, oh, those exhaust ports look a bit like shooters. They are shooters. That's cool. Does it show pictures of the sprue? Here we go. So you've got the main body there. You've got all the optional, well, not optional, nothing is optional. So the tank tracks are separate. See, I'm seeing possibilities here for conversions, man. I am seeing some possibilities there. I think there's some stuff that could be done with this kit. I've been quite interested in looking at these buggies. I know I myself have given them a lot of flack, and a lot of other people have, about sort of lack of options and stuff. But the more I look at the sprues, the more I'm seeing things that I'm like, do you know what? I can do something with this. I could make that into something else. I'm pretty sure I could. I'd enjoy the challenge of doing that. So yeah, we've seen all the mech guns. The Mech Boy Workshop, £30. The rules for this are shit, but the kit is pretty cool. I'd say it's more of a workbench than a workshop, but it's a good sort of box of orc terrain. That's what I'd say this is. It's £30. It's not exactly cheap. It's not a huge bit of terrain, this, and you get some little various bits of cover terrain, and I mean, yeah, it's cool. £30 cool? Yeah, I don't know. Some nice detailing in these scrap piles. That'd be quite fun to paint up, and yeah. I don't know. I mean, we get a fair amount of sprues in there. You have got some nice detailing and stuff on the walls. I must admit, the workbench, that looks really cool. I've got to admit, actually, detail-wise, look at the toolbox. That is pretty badass. And you're getting like 4 sprues in here, so it's a pretty hefty old kit. And I think there's bits here you could use on vehicles. I mean, you've got an engine block here. You cut that chain off. That's an engine block to stick in like your own scratch build and stuff. Got a nice claw. Could be, you could use that on a vehicle, on a Battlewagon, or you could even put it on a Deff Dread or something. So yeah, I don't know. It's a bit expensive in my opinion for what it is, but I suppose you do get a fair bit of sprue there, and it's quite cool looking. Don't expect much out of it in the rules though. Killer cans, great kit, £32.50. You get 3 killer cans. You get various options for them, and you can mix and match the parts. You can build these in different ways. So you can take the legs off this one and put them on that one, and the faceplate off that. So you can do a fair bit with this kit, and it's interchangeable with the Deff Dread kit quite nicely as well. A lot of these arm sockets will slot straight in on the Deff Dread arms and vice versa. You don't get enough in here to equip all of the cans the same way. So like say if you want all 3 cans to have rocket launchers, you can't. I'm trying to remember how many. I think you only get 1 rocket arm in there, or is it 2? I think it's just the 1. Oh no, it's 2. Or is it? I don't know. Can't remember, guys. Sorry. But you get the Grotzuka, the Scorcher, the rocket launcher, and big shooter. But yeah, if you want them all equipped the same, you're going to have to buy like multiple bits, or you mix it with the parts from the Deff Dread kit, where you get those gun options and a little bit of kit bashing. You can get some good results and mix them up a bit. But these are very easy to put together and very fun to put together, and they're very poseable as well. You can get some quite dynamic posing on them. You can get them sort of stomping and running or falling. You can get all kinds of cool poses out of these killer cans. They're very characterful. They're very cute, gorgeous little miniatures. Killer cans rock. Deff Dread kit is an amazing kit. It's a web store exclusive. Since when? Since when? When did that happen? £32.50. Don't buy it on its own. Buy the Start Collecting set. You get this in there along with loads of other stuff. Loads of options. All the options. You can build this in all kinds of ways. Kit him out with all kinds of different weapons. He's very poseable, very imposing looking, and you can quite easily look at how different that one looks to this one. The different faceplates on there. I've always liked this more Cyclops sort of lenses look on them rather than the skull face, but it's, yeah, you can buy this kit several times over and each of your Deff Reds will look different. So this one is armed all for close combat. Look, it's just got all the close combat arms, no Dakka at all, or you can equip them out of loads of Dakka, and you get all the Dakka in here. You get rocket launchers, you get big shooters, you get scorchers, you get custom mega blasters, you get your can claws, can saws, loads of stuff. Optional extra shoulder pad bits and banner poles and stuff. You end up with a few bits left over. It's a great kit, and every Ork army should at least have a few Deff Dreads. We've seen all these. We're down into the out of stock stuff now. The Stompa, probably the biggest bargain of their entire range, and it might sound crazy when it's £75, but that is now the same price as the Gorkanaut and about double the size. It's fucking massive. You can see the sense of scale there. That is, I believe, an Ork knob there. I like this turret up here. You've got the grot riggers on there, which is awesome. It's dirt cheap, guys, and I can't see it remaining at that price for much longer, to be honest with you. I really can't, because it just seems to sort of stay at a reasonable price, this thing, and it is big. I mean, I don't think there's any other miniature you can get from GW of this size for that price. It sort of makes looking at a Gorkanaut and a Morkanaut now, you're going to go, well, I can get that thing, it's double the size. The rules aren't as good for it. The rules for it are still pretty crap, but I think if you like it, this miniature has its fans. It does have its fans. I'm not one of them. There is bits of it I like. I don't like these feet. They look unfinished to me. I don't like the way it looks like he's wearing a skirt, and I don't like the arms. I think the arms look too weedy, and there's something about this miniature, when I look at it, it looks like a scratch build. It looks like someone's made these pipes out of old bits of pipes, and look, scratch building and stuff is great and awesome, but I don't like miniatures I buy to look like they've been homemade, you know. And that might sound strange when you're talking about Orks, but I don't know. I mean, it looks like it'd be fun to paint with all these armour panels overlaying on each other. You could do patchwork, sort of different colours, and there are bits of it I like. I quite like the head, although I think this jaw plate here is too simple looking. Needs more rivets. It needs more armour panelling. It almost just looks like a big sheet of plasticard. I don't know. He's never quite hit with me, this miniature. Some of the detailing around the back is cool. I mean, and what I will say is I do think these look better in the flesh than they do on screen. But yeah, I don't know how much of it is how it's painted. It's just never quite done it for me. It does look like it's wearing a dress. But some people love this kit, and it is great value at that price. It really is, because you will not get ever again a kit that size from GW at that price. This is the last time you'll get that, I think. It's been around for a good while now, this kit. Don't know if they're planning on replacing it at any point. Don't know. I think they keep the price down, and they keep the rules. It's difficult to know if they actually want to sell any of these. The flash gitz. I love this kit. I love this kit. I think the orc faces on these orc knobs, because that's what flash kits are. They are just knobs with loads of teeth and snazzy guns. They're really cool. You get quite a few different head choices on. A lot of them are piratey themed, like this guy here with the pirate hat, which, if that's your bag, cool. I don't really like too much of the piratey theme, but there are enough heads in here to not have that. You've even got a head in there somewhere with like a mohawk, which looks really cool. And these guns go together in fantastic ways. You basically build the core of the gun, and then you kind of modular add your various bits. So you add your barrels, you add your ammunition things, and it's really cool. It's like a create a gun mode. It's cool, and yeah, they're badass looking, and it combines with the Nobz kit quite well. With a little bit of work, the bodies and arms and things are all kind of fairly interchangeable with the standard Nobz kit, and you can get some nice variety. Yeah, this is a cool kit. Again, quite a pricey one, $32.50. It's not a cheap kit, but you get some awesome stuff in there. So yeah, I'd recommend the Flash Gitz kit. But get that and get the Nobz kit together, mishmash them up together, and you can have some fun. It had to come up, didn't it? I mean, what do you say about that? It looks like something, you know, it's one of the kids made. It was okay at the time. I think even then it was a bit more. Look, I'm going to say, I like the pilot. I like the orc in the thing. There's nothing wrong with him. He looks alright. He looks quite cool. He's got quite a cool looking slugger. But this thing, he's flying. I mean, no. Just no. Is it still metal? It's still metal. Still a metal miniature. At least it didn't go fine cast to it. £20.50. Temporarily out of stock. That means some fuckers have been buying this. Who is buying that? Or do you know what? Has it become so popular now? Has this become one of these miniatures that is now so bad it's good, and it's kind of become a part of history, and sort of because of how shit it is, it's kind of become a collectible? It wouldn't surprise me actually. But GW made different Deffcopters for Assault on Blackreach and Battle for Vedros. Really cool Deffcopters, albeit very mono build snap fit ones, but they looked far better than this. And GW, why did you never just replace this with the miniatures that you already had made? Makes no sense. You could have stuck them in a box of 3 and people would have bought them for days. Instead you kept this monstrosity. The truck, it's been steadily increasing in price. I remember when I bought one of these for £18 brand new once. £27.50 now. One of the best kits ever made. Has so much potential for kit bashing and converting. So much potential. That you can build this however you like. Like, you don't like these boarding ramps, don't put them on there. You don't like these doors on the side, don't put them on there. This bit you can completely remove all that. You can. There's bits there you can add, you can take away, optional. You can buy this kit several times over, build it several times over, and have them all looking slightly different. It's an amazing kit. You've got all the detail underneath. You've got the detail of the axles, and the suspension and stuff, and the engine. This is a great kit. You can use this to make mech guns. You can use it to make buggies. You can use it as parts of looted wagons. There's so much you can do with this kit, and it's a fantastic kit, and it should be celebrated for a long time because it really does rock. Orc War Bikers. I like these. I do like them. I don't actually have any bikers in my army yet, but I do like these bikes. They are... Yeah, let's look at this. I like this, the teeth and stuff, and the guns over the side. They look better than Space Marine bikes. They actually look like they kind of could work. Kind of. There's the knob biker. Now, as you can see, if you look closely, you can see his legs. They're still like boyz legs, but with like a knob torso on, so he looks a bit top heavy. But I've always liked his arm with the chopper out here with the chain coming off. It's always been a cool look. But yeah, quite easy to make these into knob warbikers. I would say it's a good use of the knob torso from the boyz set. Is if you want to make a squad of knob bikers, then that's one way you could do it. But yeah, I like the little grot on the back. They're cool. And this one, if you notice, this one, his back wheel is a little tank track, and you've even got the chain on there. And look how realistic that chain looks, bike chain. It's just totally badass. That is really cool. Yeah, cool kit. Very, very cool kit. Old lead pipe in with some spikes in there. Looks like a pretty hideous weapon to be battered with. Yeah, $27.50 for 3 orc bikers. Pretty cool. What else have we got? The Boomdakka Snazwagon. You got the grot tied to the front, which is awesome. The driver leaning out the side with his Molotov cocktail. Grot out the side shooting his pistol. This fella on the back having a whale of a time with this badass looking gun. And another Molotov. Just got a very dynamic look to this. Real Mad Maxy look. The tyres look cool with the thing. This is probably the closest thing to the original Ork buggy. This is like the sort of the true kind of successor to the Ork buggy. It's got a very similar. It's kind of a go-kart kind of hot rod beach buggy type look with a turret on top. You know, it's about as close to the old school Ork buggy that you can get, but with just loads of cool detail and stuff. I want to look at the sprues on this as well. Let's take a look at the sprues. Lovely detail, lovely looking heads and stuff. And I think looking at the orcs in these is kind of an indicator in what new orcs will look like. I think you look at these faces and stuff, and you know what? Yeah, I kind of like it. So we've got separate wheels. Got a separate bumper bit. The main chassis is all one part. Engine part that's separate. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's some conversion possibilities there as well. Interesting to see what the crew compartment looks like with the crew. Whether you can take the crew out and replace. But yeah, I think there's some options there for sure. To do something a bit different with that Boomdakka Snazwagon. I like the name of that one as well, the Boomdakka Snazwagon. It's probably my favourite name of all of them. The Custom Booster Blaster. Let's take a look at this bad boy. The hot rod, rat rod looking thing. It's got a cool look to it. This badass looking cannon on the top. Or big rivet gun thing, whatever it's called. Again, grot crew all shooting out the sides and stuff. Looks cool. It's all the gears and cogs in there. That's a nice touch. Double wheels at the back for extra traction. That's a cool little slugger that grot's got. Yeah, it's nice. Nice barnicks on the arm. Little. That's what I like about these kits. You look at them. There's the little details you kind of miss upon first seeing them. Let's take a look at the sprue on this. Yeah, see, this is the weird one. Like on this one, the wheels built into the thing. That kind of sucks. That kind of restricts your options quite heavily there. But mind you, that is only one wheel because it's double wheels, isn't it? So I guess you can get away with that actually because you've got that wheel and then, yeah, so okay. That would be the back wheel, wouldn't it, where it's double. So okay, that's not too bad. So you still do have separate wheels that you can do stuff with. You've got your big rivet gun thing which you could use as a turret. Sorry guys, it's you're probably looking at this like, do I want to buy this to build this as it is? But I always tend to look at these as in like, oh, what else can I do with it? And yeah, I think there are some options there. There are some things. Probably not one of the easier buggies to convert, I would say, but it's a cool looking buggy. Then we got the Shock Jump Dragster. which is cool looking. Has some lovely rules, nice accuracy for an Ork vehicle, that's for sure. I like the target of squig. I like this at the back, the slick tyres, and yeah, I don't know, it's a cool looking racing fast vehicle. I like the driver, I think he looks kind of cool. It is certainly probably the most bad moon of all the vehicles. Yeah, I do kind of like it. Let's look at the sprue of this one. Yeah, again, the wheels are separate. Main body comes in one part. Cool looking spoiler. Yeah, again, I'm kind of seeing. I think it would be harder work to get this made into something else, or to do different things with this. But there are some options there. I think less so than the others, I'd say. But yeah, I don't know. It's I think it's cool in game and they look cool. But my problem with these buggies, all of them, is if you want multiples, say you want 3 shock jump dragsters in your army, they're all going to look identical, and that just, no matter what way you look at it, that just sucks. That sucks. I think with a few different head options, and just maybe you could. Some different weapon options, like, or you can have a rivet gun, or you can change it to this. Like, I like things like that. That would have been cooler in my opinion. But yeah, it is what it is. Ork Warboss Gruck's boss mob. This is basically Nobz with Grukk Face Ripper thrown in, and yeah, it's quite a good value box actually, because the Nobz, I can't remember what the price of the Nobz were now. £20 I think. So you're getting Grukk for $12.50, which is pretty reasonable because he's a gorgeous miniature with his awesome attack squig. And yeah, Grukk Face Ripper is pretty damn cool. But yeah, it's the only way you can get him now. You can't get him on his own anymore. Gazgul Thraka, £42 with Makari. Everyone's pretty familiar with this by now. There he is in all his glory, now available to buy separately. Everyone got very excited when they were able to buy him separately. I don't really know why, because it was much better option to buy the box set and sell off the bits you didn't want, and you get him for a much cheaper that way. Much cheaper. I can't remember the money, but it was honestly, I did that and saved an absolute fortune. But regardless, £42, it's a big ask, but he is a big mini. He's basically kind of Death Dread sized. He's big, and he's hench, and he's got some cool rules, and he's got a couple of options. You can have his head facing one way or the other, and Makari looks cool. Vicious looking little bastard. Look at that face. Proper evil little bastard, but lovely banner, and yeah, cool. The head of an Imperial Guard there as well. It's a nice touch. Yeah, there you go. You've got his heads. You've got 2 different head options. They're both the same, but just sort of facing different ways. Other options where you can put like the smoke trails from his gun and that. And yeah, who remembers this from the old rumor engine pick? And people were saying, "Oh, it's Orky," and someone going, "No, it's not. It looks too clean." But there you go. Yeah, old Gazzy finally got updated. About damn time. There you can see the 2 different ways he's facing. I think I prefer this pose to that one actually. This is the one you always see him in, but I think I prefer this pose. So yeah, there is a little bit of options with him and ways you can build him. Yeah, he's cool. He's cool. I've got one. I haven't built him yet because he's a dirty goth, but I will do one day. And then the Start Collecting set. Now guys, this is definitely not going to be around for long. It's a cool set. What do you get in there? You get your boyz, your Nobz, Painboy, and a Death Dread. So what are the... just trying to work out the price of this. I mean, you're getting a lot of stuff free here. You take the price of the Death Dread and the Nobz together, and you're probably at the price already. So you're getting like boyz and a Painboy for free. And then Also as well, don't buy it from GW, buy it from a third party retailer, get some money knocked off that £55, get it for about £45 and you are laughing. And I don't think it's going to be around long, and because we're going to get the new sort of combat patrol boxes that every faction's getting alongside their release. So yeah, if you want these guys, I would start snapping them up now. And that marks the end of this range review. So what are we on? We're on for, it's been a long old video, still going. But yeah, there you go, guys. It's interesting to see a lot of this stuff temporarily out of stock. A lot of the time that can just be the fact that it is out of stock, and don't read any more into it. But put it this way, I reckon in the very near future I'm going to have to redo this video, because I think a lot of this stuff's going to be updated and changed, and I might have to do a Games Workshop range review revisited when they've got all the new boys and whatever other hot newness they've got in there. It's going to be interesting. But what I would say, guys, is things like the Start Collecting set, things like the boyz set, some of this stuff I do not think is going to be around for much longer, at least brand new. At least sold by GW. So some of this stuff you might want to snap up now, just to have this stuff ready, for when it won't be available anymore. I'm thinking myself now, actually grabbing a few more boyz kits before they're gone, because it's an awesome kit, and even if the new kit comes out and ends up being better or whatever, it's still going to be good to have that variety and mix in the old stuff. But yeah, anyway, there you go, guys. There is my completely unoriginal idea of stealing off Kirioth and doing a range review. Like I said, this will be the first of many. The next one I do will probably be looking at the Forge World stuff. We'll stick with first party for now, and then after that we're going to be going deep down the rabbit hole of third party, and we'll be taking a look at Cromlech staff, Geargut staff, Puppets War, etc, etc. We're going to have a good old look out there on this playlist of all the Orc stuff available, and take a good old ganders at what's out there. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this and you like this kind of content, subscribe, and also go and check out Kirioth's channel, because he's been doing this and I stole the idea shamelessly. But it was a good idea, and I'm like, yeah, it's a good idea, I'm going to steal that. So yeah, but I'll put my own little spin on it, and we'll stick to an Orky theme range review as we go along, and it should be interesting, and there'll be a lot more of these coming up in the very near future, guys. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one, guys. This is 6+ Stevo signing out.